welcome back to another episode of the Call Podcast. I'm your host Renat, and today we have our co-host Ratish. So today we have a lot of news this week. This past week, we've had a couple of eye-opening news and new and noteworthy news to talk about, and very exciting ones as well. So without further ado, let's start off
Let's
with
go ahead,
the
man.
first one.
Yep.
Let's start off with the Facebook one. So I'll quickly catch us up to speed with what's going on. So Facebook becomes Australia's top news source. So um, obviously, there's no doubt in our mind. Like Facebook is the number one like news source. It's either Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook, right? That's where most of us consume the news, and it's a very important social network, even for news companies, right? Like
Yeah.
Ratish, CNN and all, they post on Instagram, they post on Twitter,
Exactly,
breaking
man.
news,
It's
everything.
always been social media rather than the traditional media right now in this digital age
That's the
itself.
thing. Even they use that. So, according to Reuters Institute report, up to 40% of Australians use Facebook for their news between 2018 and 2020.
Mm-hmm.
So it is, and Facebook is the country's most popular social media and messaging platform for news. So there has been a lot of concern with the dominance of these tech firms and them controlling the news and who gets to see what and all. So I suppose what happened was the Australian market, they wanted to regulate this, and as a result, Facebook removed all the news related stuff from Facebook.
Exactly.
Am I right,
They
Pratish?
banned them. They banned them completely, man.
Completely.
And yeah,
So they removed everything.
exactly. Actually, the Australian government asked passed on legislation that all like Facebook has to pay the news outlets a certain amount
Ah,
to have the news included in Facebook itself.
I see.
Yeah,
That's what
so
happened.
Facebook didn't like that, obviously, man. Like most of these news, like Google actually, like they confirmed into this legislation. I guess they were okay with this legislation, but Facebook wasn't.
Yeah,
They
it
didn't
doesn't
like the
it
process of
doesn't
it.
affect them.
Yeah,
I think no, it does affect Google too, right? Because
it does
we do
affect Google
search
too.
for
It actually, like, it does affect a lot. But Google,
Google as well.
like, didn't make a huge deal of it. They just accepted the legislation, and just it's in government rule. Obviously, they moved on with it. But still, Facebook didn't like that, obviously. So they banned every social media news platform in Australia itself, everything. So
Damn.
they actually banned some of the emergency news itself. They said that was a
Oh,
mistake, yeah. So they said it was a mistake by them. So yeah, they just
okay,
said some excuses and shit. Yeah, but the
okay.
government has been highly condemning. Yep,
They're condemning it also. I mean,
yep.
technically, they cannot condemn it because they passed the legislation or the law, proposed law, and the
Hmm.
Facebook decided not to. So they're a private company. They are within their rights to do it, in my opinion.
Yeah. It was a private decision by Mark Zuckerberg. It, but still, man, like if they actually removed everything, that's the problem over here. They actually removed emergency services, domestic violence
Mm.
charities, state health agencies, and other organizations. Everything,
Ah,
all
those
have been
also.
banned.
Okay,
That's
okay.
what they have been condemning it. Since everything
Ah,
is
okay,
banned,
okay.
news cannot be gone anywhere at all. They were not reachable at
Ah, I
any
see.
point. So since
Okay,
people
that
were not so
itself.
focused on traditional news outlets, and ultimately they were not reachable. Weren't reachable at all. Like immediately,
Uh,
if Australia was going to file out a curfew at that point, so they can't reach.
uh-huh.
That's the certain problem of it.
Well, they can't reach because of social
Yeah,
media again. So I
exactly.
think we're
Facebook has
seeing
been
a
a
pattern,
huge
right?
thing, right?
We're seeing a pattern here. They're so too big to collapse, too big
Exactly.
to
So
take damage.
immediately, news outlets have been stopped in Australia. People are heavily disturbed by it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
because
It's an
it's like
collateral damage, of course.
that's the thing. I think when we say news media, we usually think about Reuters, um, what I'm seeing right now, CNN and all. But there are other stuff like what you said, Ratish, the emergency services, the suicide hotline
Yeah,
pages, and all these pages are also affected by it. I think because
exactly,
they count
exactly.
as public government pages as well.
and it was not
So
like
I think they are
informed properly too. Facebook just removed it completely
overnight removed. Yeah.
overnight itself.
So
That's the thing. That's why they have been
usually
condemning it.
usually when you're making a change, you have to give them a couple of months for them to
Yeah,
like prepare something. So um, I don't know. I think Facebook is within their right to do it, but it is again, they should
but
have like
still they have
taken
to make an proper. That's a proper ethical manner to do it, right?
way to
Yeah,
ethical manner to
yeah.
do it, and not do it with
They have to pass on
money.
legislations. They should move on to it. There are some problems
Yeah,
towards it too. Yeah,
yeah. They could have like countered it, counter proposed it, counter
but
proposed
still,
a way
this problem
to.
has been going through years, man. Since the problem came up with WhatsApp in privacy issues, as well as all these European legislation coming up with Facebook. Australian
Yeah,
legislation have been a problem.
Brexit and all
Yeah, exactly.
Brexit rules and also yeah. So that's the thing. Facebook is the biggest source of news. And what about meme pages and all, and these pages which like
I don't think memes
what do
are
you call?
completely involved in it. I guess
Yeah,
like only
yeah,
the news
like
outlets. Yeah,
professional ones,
yeah,
professional and
Australian based
private.
news outlets. Yeah, and
Only those. So not private. Like let's say
it's
if me
not
and you once we're doing
privatized
colon.
organization. We can talk. We can talk. That's not a problem at all. Like it can be
Okay, okay. So we can
conversation between private people. Only the news outlets. That's the only problem over
only
there.
the major ones. Okay, they are
Yeah.
all removed, or should I say banned from these places. So I mean, they can use a VPN to technically,
Well,
access the news
VPNs
if they want
are,
to.
yeah, technically you can use VPNs and shit, but still you won't be able to,
Technically.
receive the news in Australia. That's the problem.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it's
the thing. And
it's certainly in Australia, right?
usually there's
Yeah.
like, yeah, and
You,
usually there's like CNN Australia, or there's like Sky
yeah, you
Sports
can't reach
Australia.
them.
So
Facebook doesn't allow you to,
those,
see them.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So those you obviously you can't see.
Oh, yeah.
So that's the thing.
And
That's there too.
talking about Facebook, man, they are in a verge of feud in between Apple too right now.
That's the thing. Yeah, we'll talk about that too in a sec.
Yeah.
So over here, there's a statistic which says Facebook generated 5 billion referrals to Australian news sites, worth about 400 million Australian dollars.
It's a lot of
So
money involved in it.
a lot of money, a lot of money involved. So that's the reason why the Australian government is like, you know what, we need a chunk of that, right?
Yeah.
Or there's a way to do this properly. So
Mhm.
um, that's the thing. So we'll see. We'll keep in touch with this, and we'll inform our viewers if there's any change to this. But yeah, so far that's our thoughts and what's going
Yeah.
on.
For right now.
So let's move on to the Apple thing. So I'll give a
Yes.
quick brief. What do you call it? Brief. What should I say? Overview of what's going on. So Facebook versus Apple. Here's what you need to know about the privacy feud between them. So Facebook is notoriously known for tracking our data, tracking what we do within the app, sometimes even outside of the app, and that's how they target our ads. What we search, the keywords, what we look at, what we engage with, what we like, save. So if those are completely banned or restricted within an app or within a mobile phone, or within the operating system, in this case iOS 14, that means Facebook does not get the data from the users. So if they don't get the data from the users, that means they can't have personalized ads. So which is a problem, because Facebook earns almost 80 to 90% of their data, sorry, of their financing from this targeting ads, right? That's their main
Yeah.
business. So and iOS, most of their users are also iOS too, right?
Yeah,
Or should I say
exactly.
40 to
At
fifty
least
percent,
they
not
share a market
majority.
share of it. Yeah, iPhone does
That's the
have a
thing. So
market
it's like
share on all of Facebook
uh,
users. Yeah,
that's the thing. That's
but
the thing. So
that's a choice it
at
seems.
least 50.
There's a choice it
Mm-hmm.
seems. You can actually select whether you can allow data tracking and all of that sorts. You know you can
Mm-hmm.
allow or neglect it. You can omit it. So if you can select it
I see. I
between.
see.
Yeah.
But
So
would
that's a huge
anybody
problem to Facebook,
select?
obviously, right? Since
Because I don't think anybody would pick. Everybody will pick. No.
I certainly think that's people have been more and more
Because
more and more involved with the data
privacy
privacy
friendlier.
itself. Yeah,
Yeah. So that means Facebook, they cannot track you at all eventually. That means they'll
Eventually, yeah,
lose out.
upcoming they can't track them, and Facebook
They'll
relies
lose
on
around
that, tracking. They always rely on it.
from these targeted ads. They earn around 86 billion in annual revenue, so which
I
is
know, right?
a
It's
huge
a
source of
huge.
money,
It's huge, man.
and a
This
chunk
could
of it, at least
actually,
forty
like,
percent, will go.
yeah. Now their excuse is this could actually affect the businesses. That's what their excuse. Facebook comes up with an
Uh,
excuse that, yeah, it could affect the businesses. People who are following through that business media of Facebook. Yeah, medium of Facebook itself.
uh, to a certain extent, yeah,
It
because
does. It does. It does. It definitely does. For businesses can't reach their customers at a point, right?
so like this is the thing is when I go to a like an electronics store
Mm-hmm.
in here or most of the time in Dubai, like there are so many electronics, right? There's ovens, there's computers and all. So when a salesman comes up to me and asks me what I want and he's like troubling me and shit, sometimes I'm just there to like roam around. So what if a salesman comes up to me and he's like, I know what you want. You want a mobile phone? There it is, section number 3. There you go. And you
It's
want what
creepy
phone?
as fuck, by the way. It's creepy
Creepy.
as
Oh
fuck.
yeah, hella creepy.
Yeah, hella
How
creepy,
the hell
man.
do you know I want a
How
phone?
the fuck do you know that I want this motherfucker? How do you know
But it's
this?
efficient, right?
Yeah, it's efficient, by
But
the way.
it's
But
efficient.
still, it's hell of
It's
a
efficient
creepiness.
for them. It's efficient for them and
Mm.
somewhat efficient for me to a certain extent, but it's creepy.
It's convenient, by the way, too. Is it?
Convenient for both of us, I think,
Yeah.
because they
You don't
are
have to
not
waste
wasting their
your
money.
time, mumbling around, asking for those products and shit.
Yeah,
But still, yeah, it does
yeah.
have
So
effects to business as well as the consumers.
that's the thing.
Yeah.
So Ratish, what do you think?
My,
If you had the choice to,
yeah,
would
I
you
don't have
like?
like complete choice in between in this case. Since
Mm-hmm,
if you think about it, it's globalization,
mm-hmm.
right? So
Yeah,
it's clearly globalization. People can buy anywhere, anywhere from that. Facebook just moves towards it. But
yeah.
upcoming, Apple restricts it right now, right? They just restricted it, like
Mm-hmm.
by performing and complete tracking off in portion of it.
Yeah, tracking. Yeah.
Yeah. So it does have to, I am towards globalization. I just love keeping more convenient towards it, more technologically
Mm-hmm.
upwards. Yeah. But still,
It is a little bit creepy, but yeah. If I'm getting an ad, I would get an ad which I like.
yeah, actually you won't get, the things you don't want, right? Ultimately, you just don't get what you just get the things you want.
But at the same time, they know exactly what I do, what I am, and all.
That's
They have
that's
too
hell of a
much
creepy too.
information.
Yeah.
That's the downfall of it. So, which can be like
Yeah,
who won't
Facebook has been always notorious for it, man. They have been,
notorious for it.
we can check about the WhatsApp policies and shit. No,
That's the thing.
exactly. So if Google was doing it, it's not a problem for me. If Google was
Yeah,
tracking me,
Google.
I don't give
Yeah,
a fuck. It's just, Google
because
is
it's
an
just
ethical company from in my basis, man. Google
even
is an
same,
ethical
same.
company.
I
Yeah,
mean,
Google is an ethical company. But still, Facebook,
to a
it's
certain extent,
pretty notorious. Yeah,
pretty notorious. And Google, it's like mostly what we search, right? So if I
yeah.
search for again a mobile phone, if
They
I'm
do
getting
tracking here and
ads
there.
from
Yeah,
mobile
they do
phones,
tracking here and there.
then
But
fine,
still,
because they don't have my age and all what I look at and all.
exactly. But still,
I mean,
Facebook
it's
collects all
all
of
what I search.
it. They collect all of
Yeah,
it.
they have your photos and shit, right? That's the creepy
Mm.
part for me. Like they have my photos, they know how old I am, my school, if I'm a college student or whatever. So over here in Google, it's not that, right? It's what you
That's
search.
creepy. Yeah, exactly.
So that's the thing. So with that, in that case, yeah, I don't really have a problem with Google tracking, rather Facebook,
Mm.
dude. So yeah, they have a Facebook actually. What she said, bro. They're encouraging others to tell their story by using hashtag Speak Up for Small, because many of these small businesses rely on
I
social
know.
media
That's
ads
the
to
complete
attract
excuse
more.
towards it now, right now.
Nice. Yeah, they're using the what do you call, the social media
Yeah, yeah,
uh,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
cancel culture against it. They're trying to use cancel culture on Apple. Yeah. So yeah, there was a scandal involved, right? Remember the Cambridge Analytica and all in
Yeah,
2018?
exactly. That's why I consider Facebook being notorious towards it.
Notorious for, yeah, that's what you said, yeah. So let's see. We'll keep in touch with that too. So let's move on to something more heartwarming. The NASA rover, Perseverance rover, has landed successfully on Mars,
Yeah.
and so it's one of the most advanced rovers to date, obviously. And
Hmm.
this whole project has cost nearly $3 billion. So
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
the mission of the Perseverance is to see if there's any source of ancient life in Mars, and collect rock samples and see if there's any like what do you say a history of ancient life, evidence of ancient life in Mars, and that's basically what the rover is for.
Exactly. Collect
Uh,
information about Mars and giving it to Earth. That's it, man. Yeah.
this thing,
They have. This was the same design of Curiosity. You know,
yeah, I
the
think
robot
so.
Curiosity. It was the same design, but the internal parts are completely different. It seems.
Yeah,
Yeah, it does have
obviously
several
much more
components
advanced. Yeah,
which are more technological advanced.
more technology advanced.
Yeah,
So how is it running? Is it running through like nuclear power? Is it
yeah,
using
it is
nuclear
nuclear
power
power.
or
It's nuclear power.
nuclear power?
It can work
Because obviously,
till like 1 year. It seems the nuclear power like it won't run out till 1 year.
yeah, I think even more than that, right? Because Curiosity is still running, right? I'm not sure.
Well,
The car size, blah blah blah. The rover is still operational as of February 19, 2021. Yeah,
yeah, it does have,
it's,
but still
it's
they're
still running.
expecting to evolve Mars a little bit much, right? They're asking for
Yeah, the
information
sky's more
about Mars.
advanced.
Yeah, so many rovers are going here and there. You know, Elon Musk is going here and there. NASA is
Yeah,
going here and there. Everybody, they're just all fussing about Mars. Yeah,
but I think this Perseverance can stay there for more than a year. Like it can run power for more than a year, I think.
yeah, it does have. It has solar panels too. It can run more than a year.
Oh yeah, it has solar. Yeah, it has solar
Yeah,
panels also.
it can run
Yeah,
more
so
than
they
a
can.
year definitely, but still the nuclear is supported only for an year. Yeah,
Nuclear is only for. I see. I see. I see.
like it can work
I
till
haven't.
100% till an year. Yeah, yeah, that's it.
I see. I see. Yeah, solar power is there, right? Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. I always wondered how they run. I thought it was like nuclear, they run forever. But
It's
then
always
I'm like,
solar
why can't you make
because sun's powered.
suns? Yeah, sun's power. There's no sky, like there's no clouds and shit blocking
Hmm.
or in Mars, if I'm not mistaken. So because I was wondering why can't they make cars like that with nuclear? So
Well,
because they
it
can
will
run.
be hell of a dangerous.
Technique for
It will be hell of a
yeah,
dangerous.
yeah.
But
Because
still,
if you
with
crash,
you
yeah,
know
then
with maintainable
if you
resources and
crash,
shit. Yeah,
if you crash, boom, that's a
boom!
that's
You reach
nuclear
a nuclear
explosion.
fucking disaster, man.
It'll be a disaster. Yeah, so
Yeah.
definitely not safe. No, but it'll be really small though, right? Very
So,
small capsules.
if you are performing a nuclear executable car, it will take it will take the process would take a long time, but it will be more
Mm.
efficient. But the resources are
Mm.
scarce. That's one problem.
Resources are scarce.
Yeah, but you have a lot of
Resources and
uranium.
keeping it
That's not a
small.
problem too. You have a lot of uranium, and you can generate. It is
Keeping
way
it
more
small.
efficient than these resources like oils and shit. Yeah,
Yeah, and renewable to a certain extent. Not renewable, like not
that
damaging to the environment
mm, they are in the
and
environment. Like they
in the
have more in
environment.
the environment. Uranium is like they have much more resources in uranium.
I
It
see. I
seems.
see.
Yeah, they have more
I
resources in
thought I,
uranium.
I thought it was always abundant. Okay, maybe it's not.
No,
I think there's a lot
it's certainly
everywhere.
abundant because of the dangerous factors of it. You know,
Ah, I see. I see.
yeah,
Of extracting and shit. Okay,
exactly. The extraction
probably. Yeah.
and
Okay.
they are using nuclear for electricity right now. So, in order to make that source a little bit small, it might take time as well as they should
I
make
see. I
it
see.
compact, right, to perform it in a car. That's the
They
problem.
make it compact. That's what I was saying. Yeah, make it
Yeah,
small enough. It's powered by radioisotopic thermoelectric generator, like successful Viking 1 and Viking 2 Mars landers. So it's only they have a generator,
hmm,
radioisotopic
yeah.
generator.
It does certainly have a generator, though. Yeah,
I think they also have yeah, heat from plutonium's radioactive decay. I think maybe it also uses solar panels.
the
Definitely.
fun fact: the signals travel through take almost 12 minutes to come to Earth. So if you capture an image in Mars, it would almost
Hmm.
take 12 minutes to come to Earth.
feels still faster than dialogue.
Yeah.
That's the crazy part. That's the crazy part, man. No
That's a
offense to
crazy
dialogue.
honest.
Uh, no, I mean, no offense to dialogue. If you guys want to sponsor us, please buy
But
me a
man,
proper router so we can give you guys a so we can give you guys a good review.
still faster than dialogue, bro. My God.
Classic. Ah man. No, but seriously though, dialogue. If you're listening, hit us up with a good router, man.
No
Hit
offense,
me
bro.
up with a
No
good router.
offense. You know,
No offense.
we are
No offense. You guys are
comparing
doing
you
good,
to
but just
NASA equipment. Be proud of it.
that's the thing, man. Yeah, man. And my router's shit, man. It's like router's shit. Just hook me up with a good router, dialogue, man. Come on,
Yeah, fix him with a good
come
router,
on, man.
bro. Yeah. If you're
Yeah,
watching dialogue,
we'll
please.
give you guys. Yeah, we'll give you a good review. Don't worry. Yeah. So now we're gonna move on to the final news of the day. That is the Sri Lankan the DIG appointment of the DIG. So Sri Lankan government has appointed the new DIG. So that's like the head of the Deputy Inspector General of the Police. Very big post, and it's the first female. Her name is Bimshani Jasin Arachi. So congratulations for her being the first and only female DIG in Sri Lanka. All is good, except a couple of male police officers decided to protest against it, or should I say, file
Petitions,
a
yeah.
complaint against it, a petition. Sorry. So they're saying it's not it's against their equality. They were using the word
What
equality
do
a
you mean
lot. It
quality,
doesn't
man?
promote.
Yeah. What was the certain quality they expected, man?
That's the thing. So I mean, Sri Lanka is a country which actually had the world's first prime minister, female prime minister, and then female president. I think we also had the first female executive. So we are known for being
Women empowerment, yeah.
out. Should I say, like genderly? How should I say? Exclusive, no, inclusive, not exclusive, inclusive.
Yeah.
Um, and that's from a world standard, right? So in this case, I have no idea why the males have decided to go against their own employees, right? It could be jealousy. It could be like one male person is there and be like, that's my position. So guys, let's get her off. So I think that could be one of the main reasons why.
Probably, man. Probably.
What do you
But
think?
still, if she was a good worker, regardless of the gender, sex, anything, you should be able to afford it, man. You should be able to go work for it. Seriously.
Oh
You,
yeah,
yeah,
absolutely,
you should not be
absolutely,
discriminated by any sex, religion, race, or anything. Seriously, if you're a good worker.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Good for her.
Yeah, good for her. Just go on
Good
working,
for her.
man.
So the chairperson said that, like,
The only
the
problem comes
chairperson
up
said that the
when she's not a
car
good worker. If she's like an actual good
they're
worker,
gonna have
these
an issue.
problems won't affect her. Yeah.
No, I think that's why even the chairperson said that the caucus was pleased with the appointment of the DIG, and states that, like, since appointment of a woman in a higher position of the institution, such as the Sri Lankan police, it's obviously a privilege, and since it's a majority of men, it's a sign of gender equality. Which what the policemen are saying the opposite of it, right? So they are expressing their displeasure over the situation, and you know Dr. Fernando Poole said that if she believed that if Sri Lankan women were recruited into the police force, they should have the right to receive their promotions regularly.
Yeah.
So one person is saying that since there's like a how should I say, there's more men, right? That's 80% of police officers are men, so that's why men deserve a promotion rather than female. So when you put it like that, yes, it is somewhat of a point, but at the same time, if she's a good worker, she deserves it,
Exactly. If you're a good
regardless of
worker, it
gender.
doesn't matter at all, man. If you're a good worker,
Mm,
it doesn't matter at all.
that's the thing. So we're living in an advanced world, right? We have
We're moving towards,
kids
yeah.
and
We are
all
moving
coming up,
towards it.
so we're moving towards it. So
At,
I
at
think
least we
it
can
shouldn't
say that,
matter.
I guess. We are moving towards,
Yeah,
equality, I guess.
I hope
Oh,
I hope we can.
yeah.
I think in this case, yeah. So hopefully, putting someone like her will inspire more female to join the police, right?
Yeah,
And
definitely,
to
definitely.
That's the thing, because since there's no promotions, no equality, that's why not many females are even joining. So that's one way to, how should I say, counter this guy, what this guy is saying. So there has been certain groups are threatening legal action, challenging the post of dig Bimshani. um, so many people are saying, we should urge all women and parents in this country to, unite against such actions, because it could happen in any, in a company as well, right? So
Yeah,
this is
man,
like the
yeah.
first domino of
I
inequality to
I
fall.
I support
So
women empowerment, but still, if she's not a good worker, if she's not suitable for the position, she should not be in the position, right?
yeah, for so far I haven't heard something like that, but if that's the
Exactly.
case,
If she's a
if
good
there are,
worker, if she's a certainly a good worker, she's
absolutely,
supposed to be in the position.
yeah, then go
Yeah,
for it. It's great. Good press also. But other
exactly.
than that, if she's known for her, like, being corrupt, not being a good worker, for her faulty decisions, regardless of being corrupt, then yeah, I would,
Yeah, then I would actually
filing
condemn the
against it.
decision.
Yeah,
Just because if she's a
then
woman.
I'll be like, you know what?
Yeah, exactly.
Is she playing the race card? Sorry, yeah, the gender card
The
to get
gender
away with
card.
it.
Yeah, but
If
still,
it's
it
like,
seems to be she's a
if
good
it's like
worker.
that,
Yeah,
yeah, I think she seems that's why she got promoted, right?
I know,
Because
right?
she's really
That's what.
good
That's
and
what.
professional, and she also has a, if I'm not mistaken, a degree and all. I think, she's educated as well.
Mm-hmm.
Correct me if I'm wrong, people in the comments section. But I think she is educated enough as well. So hopefully this will encourage more, people to advocate for rights of women, and political parties encourage them to increase the contributions of women
Yeah.
in politics. In politics also, not many women, right? That's the thing.
Exactly, man. Yeah, certainly.
So that's that. We'll cover that also in the future episodes if there is an update.
Exactly.
Anything else?
Nah, bro. So, if you have
Nothing.
thoughts about it, like, comment, share your thoughts in the comment right now. And so, signing off.
These my dollars
So,
make it hurt.